Welcome back, boys and girls, to another exciting TheKillerNacho Wi-Fi battle, and this is against LazilyAmbitious, and this is actually going to be a Monotype match, and I decided to bring Flying, and I've kind of been eyeballing it since, like, the Monotype tournament that took place on my Pokemon Go Discord that you might recall a few weeks back, and one of the things I do know is, in Monotype, and the other reason I chose Flying, is Landorus Incarnate is actually illegal in Monotype. The ban list is a little bit different for Monotype, so gives me another, just a chance to use a Mono you really don't see very often. Plus, Flying is one of the best Monotype types. But my opponent is also bringing a very good Monotype type, and that is Poison. And he's going to go ahead and lead with that Alolan Muck, and Incarnate Thunder or Landorus actually likes to be special to, make use of its ability, Sheer Force. So I'm going to go ahead and switch out. He also switch out, and I want to take, like, just in case I was physical and had Earthquake. And also, Earth Power probably would do a lot, even with the Assault Vest. But yeah, he's just going to go ahead and U-turn now against my Celesteela as I just go for a Heavy Slam. And at this point, I realized that I made a kind of a mistake, because I like to gen my teams, or throw my teams together, on stream, like when my opponents challenge me. I ended up making a Flying Monotype team without a single Flying move. So, none of my 6 Pokemon actually have a Flying Stab move, which, come to think of it, Flying isn't like the most fantastic offensive type ever, but it really is useful against Mega Venusaur, as it's its only weakness aside from Psychic. And, yeah, that kind of sucks. And, definitely not something I was doing on purpose. It just kind of happened, and, it's actually going to leave me vulnerable to this Mega Venusaur. So, I'm just gonna go for the taunt. I don't want it to, like, Sleep Powder me, or, be able to Synthesis or anything. Instead, he just goes for a Sludge Bomb, so it doesn't appear to have Sleep Powder, so that makes my life a little bit easier. And I'm just going to go to my Dragonite and go for a Dragon Dance. And that's the nice thing about Flying, is it has a lot of versatility. In fact, Flying is a weird type in that it doesn't really define the Pokemon. It just seems to be kind of tacked on most of the time to other Pokemon that can, by consequence fly. So, yeah, it's a very diverse type, which another reason it's so good. But anyway, I have a Dragon Dance, and it's not every day you can, like, OHKO a Toxapex, but I'm going to go for it with Devastating Drake, and I get it, so that Toxapex was a major problem. Toxapex just doesn't die, and it's not every day you actually see one it KO'd, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, in comes Nihilego now, and it is going to be Scarf, so it is going to outspeed me, and it's going to kill me. I should have probably, because most of the time these things are Scarf, I should have, like, switched. That's pretty stupid. But yeah, he's going to get me with the Hidden Power Ice, and get his Beast Boost, and now I can go back into Celesteela. But he's probably going to switch against my Heavy Slam. I had to go for it anyway. This is a standard Celesteela. I kind of wish that, in hindsight, I brought, one of my special Celesteelas with Flamethrower and, more importantly, Air Slash. It'd be nice to have, like, some kind of flying move on this team. On my Flying Monotype team. But anyway, in comes Mandibuzz. He's just going to go ahead and Synthesis, so that's more or less fine. I mean, not fine, but expected. Like I said, this Mega Venusaur is actually a big problem. So he's going to go for a Sludge Bomb. I'm just going to go for another Taunt. I end up being slower now, so I guess it's like a speed tie between Mandibuzz and Venusaur. So, yeah, I have to hope that I get a little bit lucky here. And he's going to go ahead and switch out. And to his Kaju here, his Nidoking. And that's a pretty good play. It's going to take okay damage from the foul play, but probably it's going to be special, like most Nidokings are, due to the, ever since getting Sheer Force. Much like Landorus, so it's going to go ahead and switch out into my Thundurus. I'm kind of expecting a, either a Thunderbolt or a Stealth Rock. Actually, Ice Beam is probably the worst thing you could do to me, but no, I was kind of expecting that. I do have Hidden Power Ice, but he's going to go out back into Muck, which is a good play, and yeah, I do go for it, and that's going to do absolutely nothing to Muck, and now I'm just going to go ahead and Volt Switch, and he ends up Pursuiting, so he's going to get that bonus Pursuit damage. I do get a little bit of damage here with Volt Switch. Surprisingly, my Thundurus actually lives his Pursuit. In fact, I didn't think I would, but it actually takes that pretty well. Actually, does Pursuit get boosted damage against Volt Switch? I don't even know. I mean, obviously, it got its attack off, but I don't know if that was boosted damage or not. Thundurus is really frail. I'm surprised it would have done that little. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to go for the Defog now with my Mandibuzz, who is my Defogger. So there's a flying move, Defog. Too bad it doesn't do damage. But no, he's going to go ahead and go for that Poison Jab, which is not going to get the Poison. He really wants to get the Poison here on my Mandibuzz, because that'll make it much easier for him to mitigate. But no, I'm just going to go and try to heal. And here he goes for the Fire Blast, I guess predicting my Celesteela, so good thing I decided just to get, excuse me, get some HP back. And now he is just going to go for a foul play. Don't know how well he's going to take this. It's pretty clearly more of a defensive muck because that pursuit really didn't do that much. He's not really doing much to Mandibuzz. I know Mandibuzz is kind of just a wall, but I was going to go ahead and knock off my leftovers. And thankfully, Poison Touch has not activated. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm just going to go to my Landorus now. And now it will activate Poison Touch. So now I am poisoned. At least on Landorus, anyway. And I'm not entirely sure how much damage I can do with an Earth Power. But I decide to, I think, go for it. And he's going to predict that very nicely, going into his Crobat. So I should have probably seen that one coming. And I'm like, well, drat. And this thing is going to outspeed me. But I decide apparently to stay in, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, then we're going to get the Earth Power on what he goes into. He goes out into his Venusaur again. And no, I go for a Stealth Rock. Okay, that's right. Okay, Stealth Rock's cool too. And here, I think I'm going to predict that Crobat coming back in, because I know that's probably his Defogger. No, I go for an Earth Power. Okay, wait for it. I am going to predict that Crobat. I swear to God, guys. He's going to miss a Leech Seed, so that's cool. And here I predict Crobat and go for a Stone Edge. I know, that's not a special move. It's kind of mixed. But Stone Edge is kind of a really good move for coverage on Landorus anyway. So, sorry, I go for a Rock Slide, not Stone Edge. I lied. And maybe I wish it was Stone Edge, because that would have probably killed the thing. But no, this guy lives with a sliver of HP. And, yeah, I'm about to die. He's going to go for the Defog. I decided to finish him off with a Hidden Power because I can't miss. But then he had a Derp because I have Life Orb. And, actually, I have no idea. I probably don't have enough HP to survive a Life Orb hit anyway. And actually, I think I do, or a Poison hit. Yeah, I think because they both 1/8. So I would have been able to survive another turn if I risked it and just killed him with, like, Rock Slide. Well, that could have missed. But I go for the Surefire KO. And unfortunately, that's going to cost me my Landorus this turn, so I'm not going to get another hit off with it. But whatever. He goes into his Nidoking as I go to my Gyarados. Unfortunately for me, he is actually going to be faster because, well, he has higher base speed. I was afraid, really, of a Thunderbolt. But I decided to stay in and try to kill him. He ends up going for a Sludge Wave, so maybe he doesn't have Thunderbolt on that Nidoking. And that's cool. So I'm going to be able to take that guy out. But unfortunately, he crits me with the Sludge Wave. So I am below half now. And this goes back to the Nihilego. And I mean, this thing can have so much that he pretty much hits all of my Pokemon and kills them. I really should have probably saved Gyarados, but I just didn't know what he'd lock himself into. And I'm like, it was hard to sack Gyarados there. But honestly, it's probably my most useless of my remaining mons, my most expendable. But anyway, in comes Muck again. I'll go for the Heavy Slam, and that is going to do okay damage to Muck. In fact, it will kill it with another hit, and yeah, I'm going to be able to outspeed this guy and take him out before he can Fire Blast me. So that's a dead Muck, and it leaves his two remaining Pokemon, his Mega Venusaur, and his really dangerous Nihilego, which I knew from the very beginning that this Mega Venusaur is, well, not the very beginning. I noticed from when I realized I didn't have a flying move, this Mega Venusaur is going to be a big problem for me. But I did notice from the very beginning that the Nihilego is a super big threat with his access to Thunderbolt and Stab, Power Gem, not to mention Hidden Power Ice in that case. So yeah, Nihilego, especially Scarfed, can pretty much kill most of my team right now. But I kind of have to outplay it. I need to wither down this Mega Venusaur. Now, Celesteela is the one chance I really have to beat the Nihilego because he can't hit me. I mean, he can hit me with a super effective Thunderbolt probably. But I do have enough special defense that if I keep it healthy, he can't one-shot me. And in addition, my Heavy Slam should be able to kill him because it's super effective. But it's all about getting around this Mega Venusaur at this point. And yeah, I'm just gonna go into my Mandibuzz because he does have the Leech Seeds up, obviously. I want to taunt this thing, but at the same time, I just want to get it damage. I know that Synthesis. I know he's used it like I haven't been keeping count. I kind of lost count during the actual battle, and I think he's up to like 3. When I don't even know. But, no, Synthesis obviously does have a low PP. It has 5 base, 8 if he has PP max, so, that's really my one chance just to kind of stall this thing. But he's gonna go ahead and go into Nihilego, and I think I can actually live a hit from this thing, so my Mandibuzz does have some special bulk. And as you can see, I take that super well, that Thunderbolt. Power Gem will probably do a little more to the stab, but, yeah, I'm actually kind of confident that Mandibuzz can actually take a hit from this guy. But I'm gonna go ahead and Roost again. I really cannot afford to let this thing get a Beast Boost. Now, if he does kill something with Thunderbolt, at the very least, I do have my Thundurus still, so that's going to kind of make sure that he can't lock himself into Thunderbolt, which he needs to kind of lock himself into Thunderbolt and take out in order to take down Celesteela. That's the reason it's crucial that I have Thundurus left alive. he's finally going to go ahead and poison me here with a Sludge Bomb, as I'm just trying to wither down this here Venusaur. And like I said, I'm trying to make him, you know, waste synthesis. So, I mean, it's going to take a little while, but it's my only play. I don't have a way to, you know, hit this guy super effective. And when you don't have a way to hit Mega Venusaur super effective, it's going to wall you. And your only real option, if you can, you know, take the hits, is to try to wither it down and make him, you know, wait for him to run out of PP with synthesis. But anyway, there's the Leech Seeds. And, yeah, that's going to make me need to kind of switch out with Mandibuzz. And unfortunately, I don't really have a Pokemon that's, like, immune to Leech Seeds because I don't have a Grass type. And, that makes it very difficult because my other, you know, Celesteela and Mandibuzz are both kind of, bulky tanks, which means I can't hit them very hard. And with Leech Seed, it's going to be really problematic, to wither this thing down enough that it is forced to use a Synthesis. In fact, I think I have to, just, you know, without the Leech Seeds being taken into consideration, I have to hit this guy with, like, 3 Heavy Slams before I, you know, force a Synthesis. So, I'm kind of in a, dire situation. And in the back, he's a real threat. Like, if it was just this Mega Venusaur, I could pace it eventually. But he also has that Nihilego in the back, which, is super scary with its sweeping capabilities. But, yeah. Leech Seed is going to make sure that this guy stays in good health. I have to get a taunt off on this thing to have any chance to start withering it down to the point that he has to use the Synthesis. But yeah, he's going to go ahead and Giga Drain here on the switch. Thank God it wasn't a Leech Seed. I believe I do go for a taunt, but he's going to make a very wise play going back into his Nihilego. No, he goes for another Leech Seed. He was hoping to outspeed me, and he does, so that kind of sucks, because now he's going to get a Leech Seed off. And, you know, with the poison, especially on my Mandibuzz, now I'm taking quite a bit of residual damage each turn. In fact, I'm kind of forced to roost here in order to try to get my HP back. And he is going to wisely now go into Nihilego, hoping that even after I roost with the residual damage that I'm taking from Poison and from Leech Seed, that he's going to get to a point that he can kill me with Power Gem. Now, mind you how much damage that Thunderbolt did earlier. It really didn't do a whole lot. Power Gem obviously going to do a little more. I'm really hoping it doesn't, because I need to keep this Nihilego healthy enough in order to taunt. But it does, and that blows. So I kind of forced to go out into my Celesteela and hope that I can just kill this guy with a Heavy Slam. So it comes down to this. I know I can live a Power Gem, except he crits me. So that ends the game right there. So, yeah, that crit did matter. He would have done about, I think, 50 to 60%, I think, was the calc. In the end, I don't know if it really did. He would have gotten, obviously, some really nice damage with it. And I honestly, without the Mandibuzz, I think he would have been able to eventually push forward with his Venusaur. But it would have been, obviously, a little bit more interesting had he not crit me there. But, you know, that's the game. That's life. I think he would have still got it anyway. I think he would have, his Venusaur, because that would have led my Celesteela to, like, below half. And I don't have a way to reliably recover that thing's HP. And eventually I think he'd be able to, like, Leech Seed me, kill me, and I don't really have anything to do with Venusaur against, you know, I don't really have much to do against Venusaur with my Thundurus. I have, like, Thunderbolt and Hidden Power Ice. I actually think Thunderbolt does a little more once you factor in, Thick Fat. I'm not even entirely sure. But anyway, today's question of the day is going to be, what is your favorite fossil Pokemon? Pokemon that is obviously revived from the dead as a fossil. So obviously there's a lot of them, a couple of them introduced in most generations. That's not really connected to this battle at all, but figured, what the heck? That's the first thing that came to mind. Actually, it came from mind because of the new Pokemon Go event, which I believe the rock Pokemon are more, but they're highlighting Aerodactyl and all of it. As for me, okay, so obviously with Twitch Plays Pokemon, Almastar and Kabutops definitely have a special place in my heart. I always kind of like Kabutops better than Almastar, but Aerodactyl probably like it's between Aerodactyl and Kabutops. Kabutops are really awesome with the Scythe arms, but then you have Aerodactyl, the giant flying dinosaur. It's just, you know, I'm going to go with Aerodactyl. No, I lied. I can't believe I forgot about Credilli! Credilli, the tentacle death monster of doom. I love Credilli. It's a shame that it's, I haven't found much use for it in later generations. I have to go back to use it. But yeah, no, it's actually Credilli, but runner-up is Aerodactyl. I also kind of like Tyrantrum as a newer one, so that may be third place. I don't know. No, Kabutop's probably ahead of that. But whatever. Leave a comment about that, and see you guys again next time. Later.